Mike, I see that you have kept your beard nice and short since the last episode we filmed. We had pizza. To confirm to the audience out there, we absolutely polished our pizza as well. As it should be done, right?
100%. How can you not polish pizza? Are you joking or?
I don't know. Some people don't have the stamina to finish an entire pizza in one serving, and can confirm that ain't us.
Did we tell everyone we ordered dessert as well, or should we leave that up?
And by the way, that was your idea. That was your idea to order dessert. I was chilled. I'm like, nah, but let me just. And then you were like, what's eating without dessert? And I was like, okay, fine. I'll have.
You have to fill it. You have to complete it.
They said there's a different pocket for desserts in the stomach as well.
It has to be.
All right, so let's head into this week. I'm looking forward to it. You compiled a list of things to talk about this week. I've had a look at your list. It's been approved by HR. We can go ahead with it. And yeah. All right, so what, ladies and gentlemen, did Mike want to discuss this week? Point number 1 on the list. Turkey, Al-Ashik not bidding on the Benavidez versus Bivol fight, and the Canelo versus Skull conference not. I'm reading English, Mike, English. And at the Canelo versus Skull conference, telling Canelo not to show off his WBC belt. And does this impact a possible Bivol versus Betts Beef trilogy? A very good point you make, Mike, because I think that perhaps the Benavidez fight needs to come first. Maybe you feel the opposite. Maybe you want to see the trilogy first. But I feel like Benavidez, the man that you got your first points on, deserves an opportunity now to fight for the big belts. Let's have it.
I agree 100%. Like, I definitely agree with that. But I just thought it was like very interesting that he's not going to bid on that. They're not at the Canelo conference. Not like Canelo had the WBC belt, and then he kind of shunned him away, like to put the belt away. Just very interesting as to why he would have done that. But I agree. I listen. A Benavidez, I think could be a cracker. That could be a good fight.
Okay, but hold on a second, right? Because I think when you compiled this list, TKO with Turkey Al-Ashik was not announced yet. And I think we can kind of see now why the WBC belt was shunned, because there's a new belt coming out from Turkey and Dana White and the TKO group. I think they're trying to promote their own belt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, can you just shun the green and like that? I mean, can you just be like, put away? Come on.
I think if they're looking to make Canelo Alvarez, well, here's another conversation that's not on your list, right? And I'll just pop it up really quickly. Who's going to be the inaugural champion of this belt that they're going to come out with? The first ever.
Yeah. What now with this? Now in which context? Like now with Canelo or what?
Can you imagine they do it right, and it's Canelo Alvarez that fights for it first, right? And William Skull beats Canelo Alvarez, and then William Skull is the first ever champion of this new sanctioning body.
Turk's a rather smart man. I don't think he'd risk a new belt going that quick. You know what I'm trying to say?
William Skull, the new name on everyone's lips.
Hey, listen, I thought like Tank Davis was gonna completely obliterate Roach, and I mean that was like hell of a controversial.
Okay, it's Roach, it's Lamont Roach. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, but you understand what I'm saying. So I suppose anything is possible. I mean, at the end of the day, it is boxing, but one would say like it would be very like widely non-approved type thing to say like, okay, like Doug's gonna go and beat Canelo and become the first Doug to wear the belt, whatever type of thing. I mean, I can't see it, but I mean, there's a lot of things that we say we can't see, but we do see. So
let's go here, right? Sportsbets.io. Who's going to go in as the favorites between Benavidez and Bivol? Who do you think on the sports app will go in as the favorite?
Yo, that's a tough one, eh?
And where would you
be the favorite?
where would you put your USDT?
Bivol.
Now you're going against
I put on
Benavides. Or
Bivol.
some now you're going against Benavides.
No, listen. We said it. Styles make fight. This sort of thing. Like, I mean, I just think Bivol is. Listen, Bivol's a class act. I'm not saying Benavides isn't, but I think he'd be. I can't see why Bivol is the favorite going into that fight. I mean,
Listen,
but listen, I think the odds are a
when
lot
that
shorter
fight
than that.
comes
They'll be
about,
probably
Mike,
very.
when that fight does come about, I've learned my lesson when it comes to betting against Benavides. I'll go Benavides on that one.
Yeah, I'm going Bivol on that one. I think Bivol will have too much in the tank for old Benavides there. I think it'll be a close fight, but I think Bivol will trump that one. He'll live up to his favorite tag. Put it that way.
I think not only to tank, I think also your Super Saturday also tanked as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It did. It did. It did. But that's the beauty about sports betting. You know what I mean? You can miss by one. You can also win by a lot. So um, yeah, that was rather painful that card. So yeah. Anyway,
Oh, it was.
it happens.
All right, so that's point one that we've taken into consideration. Second point that you put on the list here, Mike. Okole versus Ajagba has been added to the Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull card on May the 3rd. And you asked the question, is it risky for Bakole? And what would you do career-wise? Pre-Parker, he was the boogeyman. And that's true. He was the boogeyman of the division. He should beat Effie Ajagba. He should beat Effie Ajagba. I know Ajagba hits hard and people talk about Ajagba, but Ajagba's been beaten by Frank Sanchez in the past as well. And I think that Cole is better than Sanchez.
Uh, I agree with, but like what I'm trying. Okay, look, I think it's the IBF what eliminator now as well. I think it's the IBF, the final IBF eliminator that fight or whatever. And I think like I, on you can see why Bakoli would have taken the Park fight, okay? But it's the style in which he lost that fight. You know what I mean? Like he's going back into the ring against. Arguably, you could say. I mean, he's a big hitter, okay? A Jugba, but like I think, okay, obviously you got maybe quality of opponent. He should get past him like fairly comfortable, but we could have also said he should have put on a much stronger performance against Parker. Like, if we're honest, you know what I mean? He's the boogeyman, and I'm just saying, like, that's like he's a big hitter. He's dangerous. He's going to put Parker under pressure in the early rounds. And I mean, it just did not play out that way. Now, like, oh, the thing is, like, in the build up, but Kohli's saying, "Oh no, he's been ready. He's been waiting for this call." We said it. We said it off there as well. Like, listen, Oak was in the DRC till quite late. You know what I mean? So, like, would he have had the time to actually acclimatize, like, to obviously settle and all of that?
Right.
But I honestly thought he would have put on a stronger performance against Parker, and he just didn't. Now, I'm saying after a knockout. I mean, he got. I mean, he was on spaghetti legs. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? I mean, it didn't. Like, be honest. That punch. I mean, many would have said it like grazed his temple, but I mean, it put him on proper spaghetti legs. And I mean, the Oak was all sixes and sevens. So now you're going up against a guy who's classified as a big puncher. And I mean, he's only okay, look, Frank Sanchez, but I mean, he didn't get blitzed by Frank Sanchez. I mean, he lost on points to Sanchez. So if he comes in there and he causes another, you would consider an upset, and he stops or beats Bakoli, I mean, surely that's going to have a bigger impact on the Oaks' career. Come on, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's nothing you're going to convince me of to change my opinion on Bakoli destroying Jagba. Like, absolutely just breaking him down. Fully fit 8-week or 10-week camp, however Bakoli's going to treat this one. He's going to want to come and show the world and sort of restore his respect within the heavyweight division as well, because that was a big damage on his reputation, that Joseph Parker knockout. And we know, obviously, you pointed out the facts. I mean, he didn't have a good camp, or he had like a couple of days notice. He was on holiday or doing something in the DRC. And, he was busy with other endeavors. He got a phone call, couldn't refuse a big paycheck like he got. From the sounds of it, sportsbets.io, Mac, you're going for a Jugba on that one. I'm going for Bacoli. Are we hearing this right?
You're hearing 100% correct, my sir.
Okay. I'm writing this down just so that I can have reference to it because I'm not gonna have
Hey,
to.
you've got it recorded, so there ain't no way I can backtrack on this. But yeah, I'm going with the Jaguar. I think if he gets one shot, it might open up skeletons from his previous fight. I listen. I think you can't write off a Jaguar. I mean, he's also looking at the opportunity. He's also been waiting for the opportunity. The opportunities come now. So interesting. I think it'll be a good fight. And one for the books, I reckon. Bacolia, Jagba, you going one way, I'm going the other way. So this could be interesting.
Ah, I feel like the universe has restored itself again. That we've disagreed twice in a row. It's lovely. All right, all right. Point
100%.
number 3 on your list. Let's go to this one. Really good, and I love the way you just put it up. Really good boxing coming up is the Ring Magazine show on May the 2nd. Has Haney versus Ramirez, Garcia versus what's his name? Rolly Romero,
Only Romero.
and Teofimo Lopez versus Barboza. This is going to be an interesting one because I think we're going to go on difference for most of these fights. This is my pick off the bat, just mentioning these guys off the bat. Maybe we actually agree on all three. I'm going Teofimo Lopez to beat Barboza. I'm going Ryan Garcia to beat Romero, and I'm going Haney to beat Ramirez. Which way do you go?
I go with you on all of those,
Right.
but the one little bit I'm still in two minds about is the Teofimo
I
Lopez
knew, I
Barboza
knew, I knew, I
Jr.
knew, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Why? Why on earth? What is Barboza Jr. done that has convinced you that he's actually gonna win this fight? What? What has he done?
I'm not saying he's actually going to win, but there's just something I don't know, man. Like Teofimo, he's got this ability to blow hot and cold. Uh, and I just think this could potentially be the fight where he blows cold. So,
He's only blown cold once, bro. Come on. Like, and that was against George Kambosos.
but the fact remains he blew cold. Okay, and again, we're talking about Kambosos. Okay,
And Kambosos,
like listen,
look, Kambosos has not beaten anyone significant after that, if I'm not mistaken.
he hasn't, which is why I'm saying it. You know what I mean? It makes it all the more. He
Okay,
blows hot and
oh,
cold.
one time on a split decision, and you're gonna say and to be fair to Teofimo, like he's coming off of like a career-defining win over Josh Taylor as well. Yeah, give him some credits.
I'm looking at it from a perspective of tennis. They say the eyes, Chico, they never lie. The eyes, Chico, they never lie.
What? Okay, okay,
I'm going Barboza. I reckon Barboza pulls an
okay,
upset here.
okay. What? Take away Teofimo's hot and cold nonsense that you've come up with, that false informational story that you've just put on us, and tell us why do you think Barboza is the guy that can make him go cold, or what has Barboza got that can make Barboza win?
Makes him go cold. Okay. But I think Barboza's got enough in his arsenal, okay, to upset a potential Teofimo Lopez who's blowing cold at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's not.
he's
He's
a
blowing
pressure
cold right now.
fighter.
You're saying.
Huh?
You just said he's blowing cold at the moment. He hasn't blown cold since like 2017.
Who?
Teofimo.
Teofimo.
Okay, no, okay. 2017 is too far back. Sorry.
You just said he blew cold once.
He is, but you're saying he's blowing cold at the moment, but he's not. He's coming off career-defining wins at the moment. Like,
Listen,
he's
like he is
reasonable.
100%. He's coming with career-defining wins, 100%. But I just think I think Barboza is going to pull an upset here, and whether it's called that, people are going to say, "Oh, it's a robbery." This, the next thing. Hey, we're in that. We sat here last weekend and we were like, "There's no way Roach can beat Javante," and I'm going, "Come on!" Like that was suspect at best. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
okay, hold on, because you made a. This is definitely going to be the headline of this episode. Is going to be this Barboza character that you proposing. He, I don't know. I can't even justify your opinion on this one. How I just don't like how.
Okay, if I said last week Roach was going to put on a really good performance against, you understand what I'm saying? The
No, but
same way when Shakur
that's an
said
educated point. That would be an educated opinion.
a road cone, huh?
That would have been an educated opinion, but this one is not the case. Like, I think Arnold Barboza beating. Listen,
An
wait.
educated opinion.
Wait. Arnold Barboza beating Teofimo is more of a shock than Roach getting a draw against Tank.
Ah, how can you say that? Huh?
It's a hot take, but it's a take.
Exactly. So I'm saying Barboza beating Lope. It's a hot take, but it's a take.
But but before the pizza interrupted us, we were actually talking about this exact topic, if I'm not mistaken. We're going into this topic at least. I think, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you'll see a little bit of editing in this video. The reason what happened was that every single time we bring up this particular subject and this particular fight, the universe just does not want us to speak about it. So I'm going to move on to the next topic before your internet freezes again.
Listen, you're talking about career defining. Barboza came off a career defining win too. So, like,
Oh, no,
anything's
stop it.
possible, baby.
Stop it now. Stop. Don't talk about it. The internet's going to go off. Okay. Let's move over to the next topic. I'm seriously worried about this, the universe not wanting us to speak about this. Maybe there's, executives in the US that really love Barboza and don't want me talking down on at all. So we'll move on. Mike, point number 4 on your list. Point number 4. April 5th showdown for Joe Joyce has changed due to Dillian White injury. But the Croatian powerhouse, Filip Hrgović, is a tough customer, has youth on his side, and also coming off losses. And is this fight career defining? So Joe Joyce is fighting the Croatian powerhouse Filip Hrgović. Wow, that's a good fight.
That's a very good fight. But I do believe, and listen, you know it as much. I was a Joyce fan. Like, I like Joyce. You know what I mean? He was very awkward, very robotic, but like there was just something. He was a likable character. He's a lekker oak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ever going to be the same again after the Big Bang Zhang knockout. So let's be honest. Like when Zhang in that build up, I'm gonna bang you. No Diddy. But that was
Okay.
tickets, eh?
Okay.
That was tickets.
I remember there was a stage where we were discussing, I think it was either episode 1 or 2 of Getting Leathered, and we were in a studio and we were discussing the Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce fight, right? And you had described Daniel Dubois in a way that you are probably going to describe your boxer Joe Joyce now. And what is it? Wheat picks what?
I knew you were gonna come. No, listen. Like, you know what? I can't even defend him. Like, listen. I thought this guy's got power. He's aggressive. He comes forward. He taking cracks. He can like this guy's gonna be a deadly. Like kind of what Piccoli. Oaks was saying. This guy's gonna be the boogeyman. And I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, Parker.
Joe Joyce is the juggernaut. Like you call it, like he's the juggernaut, right?
Yes.
Or at least, is he still the juggernaut? Is what I'm asking.
No, no, you can't say that now. No, and also, you know, like his age is definitely against him. I think he's what 38 now. And I liked him. You know, like he was awkward, robotic, and that. But yes, he was comfort. He had power. He didn't worry about. He could take shots. Well, to a degree, I guess he could take shots. But then,
can I quote you? Didn't you say Joe Joyce was going to beat Usyk?
no, you bring up that video. I never said that.
Okay.
I never said that.
I was just jogging your memory because just now you agreed to it, and that would have been hilarious.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
There's a level to my madness. You know what I'm saying?
So are we both in agreement then on this one that the Croatian Hrgović wins the fight, possibly by stoppage?
Yeah. Look, yeah, I think so. I think it's just. Did you see the build up to? I think it was like that press conference with Dillian White and that, and like, and like he was saying, like this, like the switched off type of thing. Like it took him 10 minutes to respond to a question that Dillian White had said, and I don't know, like something just doesn't look right at the moment.
I think you should
So
resign.
yeah, I have to. I can't, and I'm not taking one for the team. I'm not saying Joyce just for the fun of
Drew,
it.
if anything, I'm the one taking for teams, yeah, because um, okay. Here's a question that's not part of your question, but should Joyce lose this fight? Is it time to call it?
Yeah, I think so.
And in your opinion,
Listen,
should he have called it before this fight?
I would have definitely started asking serious questions after the Zhang fight.
Okay.
Um,
Can he become
but yeah, I mean, listen, many would say the same thing about Chisora, but like Chisora brings every fight. You know what I mean? Like he makes it tough. He's in it. He pushes, and like anytime. I mean, we were like, oh no, okay, Otto Wallen, come on, like we can't see it. I mean, look what happened. So, but I just think Joyce just doesn't bring that to the table anymore. So I think Zhang took a part of his soul.
caption of the video? Going into this next weekend, we need to definitely throw in a prediction show. Going into this current weekend, we'll throw in a prediction show.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see who's all there. I don't want to. I'm seeing we got 7 minutes left of recording time, so I want to quickly get through these other ones. Let's quickly recap Gervonta Davis, point number 6. The fight should have been a knockdown. He had too much grease in his hair. Was it a knockdown or not, Mike?
Obviously, I'm gonna try to speak quickly, but like I've heard a few guys say that he has got a point where he says that he apparently did his hair a day or two prior, and the oils and that it is apparently a problem.
But
I'd love to hear from Flo on this. My Simba had braids, and I don't believe he's ever used that as an excuse. But apparently, a lot of guys have messaged me like and said, no, like it really does have an impact. So, but apart from that, okay, he takes a knee, goes to his corner type thing. Apparently, there was a technical glitch with the replay, whatever. The ref never called it. Uh, I think Roach had a good fight. I think Tank was relatively in control. But I mean, you can't negate the fact that that is a massive, massive call. That because I think if they had ruled the knockdown, because the fight, I mean, was ruled a draw. Like I mean, you've potentially robbed Roach of his biggest victory. I mean, let's face it.
So let me put it to you like this, right? Because I think your topic is focused on the wrong thing, right? I think you focus on the wrong thing. You focus on the hair, but the actual performance of Davis was the real highlight of the show. The sort of lack of performance, right? Don't get me wrong. Your point is highly valid. With the knockdown, it would have given Roach the victory, but Calvin Ford no longer in the corner of Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis performs like a mild performance. Is he great? Is he still Gervonta Tank Davis?
Listen, but this is what I'm saying. So you just said now Tank had what you would consider a cold performance, correct? So who's to say Teofimo Lopez is going to have a cold performance? I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That goes to show that fighters have off days. All right, fighters have off days. So I'm saying Roach was robbed out of a victory, okay, against Tank Davis. Now I'm saying Tank Davis was protected. That should have been ruled a knockdown, and that should have been a victory for Roach. And that's all I got to say about it. That's all I got to say about it. And Mr. Chetty in the comments, he'll agree with me on that too.
You guys, so honestly, you guys.
But all jokes aside, like Javante's performance was lackluster. It was. I still think he was relatively in control. Couple of close rounds could have gone either way, but you can't fault the fact that that should have been ruled a knockdown. As far as I'm concerned, it should have been. Um, I know there was calls about him possibly being disqualified as well. I mean, I don't know if that's really something, but like definitely a knockdown, and I think that could have swung the outcome of the fight. So, is it a case of he's a protected fighter? Um, but you know what? These decisions unfortunately just hurt boxing massively. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what do you have to say about it, Mr. Jones?
No. I'm listening to you going on a like an absolute tyrant there. Yeah. Um, I honestly think that this is perhaps, is it not the beginning of the end of him, or do you really think it's just a slip up?
He said something the other day where he said it's now not about belts anymore. And I think Adrian Broner said the same thing. It's not about belts anymore. It's not. It's just
Money.
about the money and it's about making money and stuff. So, but I mean, I don't know. Like, like if you look at Shakur Stevenson, it was the same thing. I mean, you know what? Boxers, when they step up and they come to fight, they come to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Roach, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like he was a walkover. He didn't, you know what I mean? He came, like, I don't, it's hard to, with the kind of money these blokes make, you can also understand, like, is the hunger there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because you went up 1-0 in the beginning and now I've equalized at 2-2. I'll expertio, Mike.
observation. It's
Yeah.
an observation. Like,
I look forward to this week's show because I look forward to taking the lead. But this was a very interesting episode, following up from our pizza episode, which I think, ladies and gentlemen, is highly underrated. If you're watching this one, definitely go back and watch the pizza one as well. I think that's a highly underrated episode. It needs more views, seriously. How did it get so low views when it's such a banging episode? Come on. Come on. Lack of respect, Mike. It's a lack of respect for individuals like us who put our time out there, you know?
I mean, come on.
Just as
Such
harsh.
world class analysis being spoken of.
Yeah, I know. It's basically we should be getting a broadcast show somewhere on a massive network. Maybe DAZN if you're out there seeing the talents. Um, you have my number, you have Mike's number. Well, I'll give you Mike's number. I've got it. Um, but sure. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, less than a minute is on the clock. I have to officially sign off. Thank you very much for everyone that did tune in. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and also in the link of this video is the sportsbets.io app. And click the link, go for it, and I'll give you a surprise when you get there. Just make sure that you send me a message after that. All right, awesome. Cheers, Mike.